Hello everybody, welcome to OCHD and welcome to another Jumputi Heroes news video. Today we are talking about one of my personal most highly anticipated events for this year, and that is the Katekyo Hitman Reborn Feature Festival number 3, The Curse of the Rainbow. So continuing on from last year, where the devs sort of said, oh, we want to cover more stuff that hasn't been adapted, you know, either into anime or anything else really. Katekyo Hitman Reborn got a feature festival that featured exclusive content that had only appeared in the manga, had not been adapted to the anime, and it has happened again this year. This is covering the final arc of the series. Does raise some questions as to whether we'll see more content from Katekyo Hitman Reborn in the future. I assume we will see more, and in fact I do believe there is a space in the files for at least one more character. But whether we'll see another feature festival like this, because I mean this is the third one, which, you know, I'm not doubting Katekyo Hitman Reborn's general popularity, but in the grander scheme of things, not that many series have free feature festivals, and the ones that do typically are pretty big. So it's kind of cool, especially as I am a Katekyo Hitman Reborn fan. And this is a very nice looking event. Let's jump into it. First thing I will note, login bonuses are gone. They're out the window. They're just gone. They have just decided you got your regular login bonus. That gives you enough goodies to get you through the month. You don't need any more. And well, the login bonus for this event didn't even start during this event. It started during this campaign, the Representative Battle of the Rainbow. Where we got on the, what was the first login bonus? It was the suitcase or the briefcase. So this was the only login bonus for the event, and it came out before the event even started. So no, I do think there are some login bonus type things planned. I don't know if they're like birthdays or whatever. I mean, I think we've got Yugi's birthday coming up, but there will be some random login days and stuff. We don't really know what's happening next event, so I can't speak for that, but yeah, they do seem to be moving away from login bonuses, which is a shame, because I know all in all we're probably getting the same rewards, but it feels nice when you go, ooh, when I log in tomorrow I'll get another 100 gems. That's nice. It is what it is. So this campaign, I don't want to say needlessly complicated, because I actually think it's very cool in principle. The idea is they are trying to follow the story of this arc as closely as they can in terms of trying to make the player feel like they're in the event. And in this case, they're essentially saying to you, the player, you are going to become one of the representatives for one of the Arcobaleno in this event, and you get to choose. You get the briefcase and you choose your pacifier, and which one you choose, that's who you're representing. So in my case, I ended up choosing Marmon or Viper, and you get the emblem as well as the boss watch. So you get the emblem for your given Arcobaleno, and you get your boss watch. And the boss watch, really, the only purpose it serves is at the end of the event you will have to exchange it for something. But kind of cool, because you're the boss of your team. You're the boss of your team. So I thought it was nice. It's kind of cool, and the way that sort of rolls out throughout this. You get the briefcase. You trade it for the pacifier. You once you've chosen the pacifier, you will get the boss watch and you will get the emblem. And I do really like the emblems. I mean, they're normally I'm a bit of a Scrooge about emblems, but I've got to say it is quite nice. Obviously, some people may say, well, that's because it's a series you really like, but there are series I really like that have less than stellar emblems. But these are kind of cool. And then you need to get the broken boss watches, or rather you have to break the boss watches of your opponents. Now this is one thing where I don't know if they've made a mistake. I'm not sure. I would have to double check it, but it looked like all of the classifiers were still, because it's two separate stores, it looked like I had access to all of the pacifiers again. So technically, you could make a mistake and buy the same one twice, which would be very bad. I'm double checking this right now because I don't want to continue to spread misinformation on the internet. But I believe when I checked earlier, so we've got the first exchange, which is the Arcobaleno briefcase exchange or whatever. And in that exchange, I have chosen the Marmon pacifier, which is the indigo one, I believe. What you can see on the screen. And at this point, my interaction stops with that exchange. You will not be able to trade anything else in that exchange. Then you have the second one, which is... this is the first one, and then the second one is this one. And in this second one, you trade in the broken boss watches you get from the event to get the other ones you are missing, the other Arcobaleno you're missing. Essentially, you are knocking out that team and you are earning the Arcobaleno. But I believe if I click on that one now, the indigo one is still there. So as far as I know, there are only 6 boss watches obtainable. So you could screw yourself out of one of the emblems, I guess. I don't know how much impact it would actually have on the event as a whole. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, just don't do that, I guess. Just don't do that. So yeah, once you've you got your boss watch, you start breaking enemy boss watches, and this is the way you do it. It's very, very easy. They have gone out of their way to make these missions easier and easier as time has gone on. They obviously... Not that they were hard, it was mostly just like max out the characters or whatever, but I guess like maybe some new players were complaining, I don't know. But yeah, very easy. Clear the daily stage 3 times. Get 3 transcendent or equivalent units to 50 luck. So halfway, and evolve the catastrophe class unit, which again, you don't have to beat the highest difficulty, so it's fine. But yeah, you get the broken watches, you trade those in to get the remaining Arcobaleno pacifiers, and once you have collected 6 of the watches, you can get the Trinity Set Maintenance Urn. This thing actually doesn't have an official title. Look, what they call it in game is just like the way to maintain the Arcobaleno, or sorry, the Trini set, the way to maintain it or whatever. But I've looked, like I've reread the manga. There's no official name for it, so I made it up. And yeah, kind of a cool random item that just shows up at the end of the manga. I don't know. I guess this is spoilers, but I mean, if the whole event is based around a final log, what do you want from me? And yes, there is the 8th Arcobaleno, who is sort of the centerpiece villain for this arc. And his name is Bermuda. And we can get the clear pacifier of Bermuda. And by doing all of the stuff, getting the maintenance urn, getting the clear pacifier you get from Unity Bow, but you only have to clear it once, it's not that hard. And the watch, which obviously we got at the start of the event, you get the Vongola emblem, which I think looks very nice. I don't think I'll be using it, I don't know, maybe, but I think it looks very nice. So it's a pretty straightforward campaign when all is said and done, but I think to some it may look overcomplicated just because there's so many steps. But don't worry about it, just smash through the event and don't make the mistake with the pacifiers, and you'll pretty much clear all the missions as you go. The only thing is, like, some people might not be in a guild, and then Unity Battle's an issue, but just join a random guild. You got time. If you start now, you got time. And then we have this campaign, a beautiful little campaign. They are encouraging us to max out the Catastrophe class sooner, which is X-Glove's version Vongola Ring. And he is a very good free-to-play unit. Very, very good for a free unit. And they are encouraging you to max him. If you've already maxed him, you'll get like 100 rubies and a ticket and some stamina tankers and all this good stuff. And if you haven't maxed him, they have made it as easy as they can, within reason. They give you 125 luck copy just out of the gate, And then the event is not only half stamina, but is also triple drop rate. And this is important to bear in mind. We're probably going to hit like a dead period towards the end of this event, depending on what the plan is with the Summer Brides campaign and the Prince of Tennis event, which are both also supposed to be happening this month. So when we hit that dead period, if you've not got much to do, smash this event out. Smash this event out. You'll get so many event droplets to stock up on, and probably won't have to worry about them for a very long time. To be honest, I don't normally have to worry about them, but I don't really buy all the stuff. I don't buy the event doors. I don't buy any scrolls or anything. If you're the kind of guy that likes to clear it out, this is your opportunity. Then we have the stages. So the first stage is just going back to the standard daily stages. You just clear it every day. There's a few missions tied to it, and that's that. No extra bonus nonsense. You just clear it once a day. Then we have a free-to-play Hibari. Now, I always quite liked Hibari. Some people have issues with this. Some people have issues with this is the third Hibari, and they are all the same type, and it's, you know, for somebody, obviously, if you have read Katekyo Hitman Reborn, it is not that hard to tell the difference between them. And if you look really hard at the sprites, yes, it is not that hard to tell the difference between them. But at a glance, when you consider how many units there are in this game, most of the time you'll be looking at a glance. At a glance, it's like three of the same dude. It's like three of the same dude. I do like that they changed his stage type at least to red. I don't know why he couldn't have been red, to be honest. I don't know what specifically makes him green. Makes them feel like he needs to be green. But I don't know. I don't know. So I think I'm quite happy with this edition. I had a quick look at his skills. They're not amazing. But I was going to limit break him anyway. But when I got to the limit break screen, and I saw how tedious it still is because they haven't updated it in so long, I'm just like, yeah, I can't really be bothered. It's not that important. Maybe at some point they will update it. All you really need is just like a slider, or just a quick tap button left and right to choose the levels, or just a button for max level or anything. And I'd probably limit rate these characters more, but I just can't be bothered. But I like his addition in the game as a free-to-play unit. I do understand that some people have gripes with the fact that we've had 3 Katekyo Hitman Reborn feature festivals, and it's like they keep sort of going back to the same characters. There aren't that many new additions in this event. There's a lot of basically just the stuff we already had, plus the villain of this event. And then there's just like a couple of, maybe like 3 or 4 new players sprinkled in, new characters rather. But you know what? At least it's free. At least it's not another standard gacha. Do you know how many there's like loads of characters that have loads of standard gacha. I think Gohan and Vegeta have a load. Like, I can forgive it. I can forgive it that it's not a standard gacha at least. I am a big fan of Hibari though, so I am biased. And then we have Iemitsu Sawada, which is Suna's dad, who spends most of the series being all mysterious and we don't know what he's doing, and then he shows up here and it's like, turns out he's pretty damn strong. Turns out he's pretty damn strong, and he's gotten himself a Transcendent class event, which, I don't know, I was really hoping Hibari would be a higher grade of event. I kind of knew it wouldn't be, because realistically the Catastrophe had to be the new boss. It had to be, well, we'll talk about them later. It had to be them. So I knew Hibari was most likely going to be a Transcendent. And this does kind of follow with the whole idea of they really wanted you to get Suna leveled up as quickly as possible. This event falls under the jurisdiction, I believe, of the assistant producer. There was a lot of talk of the assistant producer talking about being more beginner friendly in the game and making more events tailored towards women, and this would probably fall under both of those categories. Number one, because they put that Suna thing in to make it easier. They've got, admittedly, they normally have a lot of Transcendent class events, but making a character like Hibari, who is very, very popular, like he is as far as I know, he is the most popular character in the series. Having him as a Transcendent class event, it does kind of open the door a little bit for beginners. If you're a big fan of the series, hey, you can get Hibari. There you go. And 2, obviously, this series, of all the series currently in the game, it has one of the highest female readerships out of the lot. So this is another case of the appealing. I understand it. I get it. I mean, I'm a big fan of the series either way. It doesn't change the game for me at all. But it does. The fact that she's taken charge here and we've got a Transcendent Hibari, I'm a little bit disappointed because I really wanted him to be like good. You know, that Suna we've got, the free-to-play Suna I was talking about before, he is good, you know? And Hibari just doesn't really speak to me that much, unfortunately. But it's cool. It's still cool. As for Iemitsu, I could almost see this Transcendent class banner in my head the second he appeared in the news. I was like, yep, they're not doing anything more with it because I don't know. It's one of those things in this series where there is a lot set up. There is a lot that has been set up throughout the series, and this is one of the things. Like, Suna's dad, there's a lot of talk about him throughout the series. You see him doing things a few different times throughout the series. It's very clear that Suna is not aware of exactly what his deal is, how strong he is, and all this stuff. But the payoff for me was pretty good. The 1 or 2 chapters you get of the payoff is pretty good. And then we kind of swiftly move on, and it's kind of like, yeah, I know we built up to this like the whole series, but it's like whatever. And so I think Transcendent is about fair. But I like his addition. I think it's fine. This event, however, does excite me. We finally got Basil. Now, I was really hoping Basil might get a gacha slot. I know we hoped before that Kozato Enma would have a choice of getting a gacha slot, and it didn't happen. And I think it's... the limited just kind of always has to be Suna. I don't know why, it just kind of always has to be Suna. And as a result of that, that doesn't leave us many options in the standard gacha. Because Suna's not there, so you've got to put like Guardians there, and it's like it's a whole thing where they have favourites. There's clear favourites, and I'm sure it's based on popularity, and that's fair enough. But there are certain characters I really would have liked to see get a bit more attention. I think Basil would have been a very nice gacha unit. I was, I'm a big fan of Sasagara Ryohei, so I would say him, but he is an absolute jobber in this arc, so he had absolutely no chance of getting in. But Basil, very cool, and very glad you've been added. A nice little farming points event type thing. You can get yourself a bunch of rewards, including hero jewels, which we like, yay. I actually have a load of them sitting there. I haven't used them. I'm waiting for the perfect hero character, and I think it might just be Xanzus, but we have to pull him first, so we'll do that in another video. But yeah, we've got hero jewels, we've got some tickets, we've got the Reborn ticket. There's actually 3 Reborn tickets. There's the standard one, there's the version X one, and there's this new one, which is the representative Battle of the Rainbow gacha ticket, and that one has the updated pool, includes the new characters. So this event is gonna, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a we got 14 days of this event starting from like tomorrow. It's like 14 days, right? And Basil comes in like 4 to 5 days, and that is the last event of this feature festival except for Unity Battle. So this shop needs to be stacked because you're going to be farming this stage. And yeah, once you're done with this, I guess you just move on to farming that sooner and getting all those tasty event drops. But yeah, very happy to have Basil. I wasn't sure when we were going to get him. There's still some characters I think I'd like to see from Reborn. I know Basil was one I talked about a lot, but there were definitely other characters I was hoping for. And I don't dislike that we're going back to some of the same characters again, but I feel like there's there's some examples that are better than others. But what, for example, you can see him on the screen, Zanzus. Version 1 came out so long ago. It was a Transcendent class unit, so it's aged quite poorly. Just been a long time since he came out. Long time since he's been even remotely relevant. And having a version 2 from this arc, he's a very popular character, and he's gacha this time. And the animations look sick, and the kit's quite tasty. Like, that's awesome. That is awesome. But compared to like, oh, you can see him behind Mukuro. Version 2, I mean, does it look that different from the version 1? Same with Hibari. Does it look that different? Not really. But fine. And yeah, the ticket, as I mentioned before, gives you a chance to pull the new standard gacha units. But they let you know. They let you see that front and center version 1 sooner. Don't forget where you came from. Version 1 sooner. He's been out of the game for so long. The funny thing is, he aged much worse than Reborn, because Reborn still had attack down, and even though a lot of stages don't let you use attack down anymore, for the stages that do, Reborn is still quite good for them. But sooner, you need to set him up every time, and it's like, it's not worth it in this day and age. It's not worth it. And then we have this event. Actually, when does this event come out? Oh, this event's already out. I'm an idiot. We've got Bermuda and Jaeger, who are the Catastrophe class event, but they've done it a little bit differently this time. And I'm not going to say I dislike it. I actually think it's kind of alright. And again, this might also sort of be appealing to newer players. It depends on how other stuff is handled. Basically, normally when you cleared the top difficulty of one of these events, you would get a costume. This time you get an emblem instead. They have done that before. They have put an emblem as the last part. But in this case, there is a costume. The costume hasn't been removed. It has been moved to Unity Battle. So you can get the costume, which by the way looks pretty good. I feel like, not gonna lie, Jaeger's design's a little bit weird. I don't know if that... I guess like a lot of the characters in the final arc, the enemies, their design is a little bit weird. He's just kind of like a zombie dude, I guess. I don't know. But Bermuda gets to show off the sort of proper form, which is kind of cool. And you can get the costume from this. So I am wondering whether they decided to make the Catastrophe stage and they were like, but we don't want to put the costume behind it to give newer players a chance. We'll put it behind Unity Battle. But we really don't know how much of Unity Battle you have to play to get it. And we don't know how difficult this Unity Battle is going to be. Most Unity Battles we get nowadays are bonus ones, but this one isn't. So we don't know how difficult this is going to be. I don't imagine it'll be that difficult, but again, if we're talking about newer players, who knows? It'll be interesting to see nonetheless. It says from missions. That's the interesting thing. So it might just be like clear it 10 times. I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. It's different. I have very little attachment to this duo. I think, yes, Bermuda's kind of cool because it's like actually relevant. Jaeger to me is just a jobber. I don't know. I don't know. But we got the limited Suna and Reborn, and you know I am going to be pulling for this. The only well, there's a couple of downsides to be honest. Number one, I would say Adult Reborn should have been a standalone limited. Instead has been sort of co-opted into this. I am not disagreeing with the idea of Suna and Reborn as a unit. In fact, I think it's something that could have come earlier. It's something we've talked about before for sure. In the same way we've talked about, say, like Tatsumi Yoga and Baby Bill. Because it just makes sense. The characters are always together. One of them is always sort of playing a supporting role to the other. Like, yeah, obviously. So, there you go. There they are. Another Suna limited. I get it. He's the main character and he's super cool and he's super powerful and everyone loves him and blah, 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 blah. But do you know how long I've wanted a limited Zanzus for? And it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know where they go with limiteds moving forward for this series. I don't know if they have that many options left. They've definitely got options for like standard gachas and small events and stuff, but the limiteds, I don't know. I don't think there's that many options left. And that does bring me to a point of one small disappointment I have with this event, because I think the theming is bang on point in terms of trying to recreate the feeling of the actual arc of the story, but I do have an issue, and if I'm feeling it, I am certain that the people who are not familiar with the series are definitely going to be feeling it, and that is the Arco Baleno. You're like joining their teams and stuff, and that's cool, but they haven't really given us any feeling for who are the Arco Baleno. If you don't know, then you got no idea what's going on. So they've not really given a feel for who they are. They haven't really shown them, except like on a website campaign, and that was about it. You know, I'm not expecting them to add all of the Arco Baleno. I thought it would have been cool, but I mean, you know, if they were added as like enemy only units or something like that, or at least if you had like different stages and it was like beat the challenge. Say for example, there's 8 Arco Baleno in this event, right? For the 8, you could have 8 stages, like challenge stages, and it could be like for each Arco Baleno, you fight one of their representatives. Like you could have a cut-in showing the Arco Baleno, and then you fight one of their representatives. Like you have a cut-in of Verde, and then you fight Mukuro and Fran. Or you have a cut-in of Marmon, and then you fight Zanzus, or whatever. That was definitely an option. That was definitely on the cards. I believe every team had a representative, right? Fon would have had Hibari, and then I always forget there's like 4 different characters. Is it Uni? I think it's Uni has Byakuran. I mean, you could use old characters, right? Skull has Enma. Yeah, I think all of them would have had representatives. Or in the case of Bermuda, you would just fight Bermuda. You could have had a full thing like that, and I think that would have been cool, at least, if you're not going to put the characters in. But I just feel, especially if you're a player that's not familiar with a series, and I get that that's not necessarily what the feature festivals are for, but if you're not familiar with a series, it doesn't have the same feeling. Like, I'm on Team Marmon. Well, who the fuck is Marmon? I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know. That's one. It's a small gripe, really, because I think a lot of the stuff for this event is on point. So I don't know. I don't know. But Reborn got an updated sprite, so that's cool. And Suna sprite looks absolutely incredible. To be honest, all of the sprites in this event I just love. They are absolutely incredible. So yeah, I don't know. But yes, I will be pulling for them. Of course I will. That will be a video coming a little bit later. I don't know when. I've also got another video planned, which again, don't know when, but we'll see. And the new Heroes gacha, one of the better formats we've got for this gacha, which is nice. A lot of people had complaints about Rokudo Mukuro because we've already got one in the gacha and he's already green, and that's the exact same thing they did with Hibari, and the version doesn't look that drastically different. However, the ultimate attack animation, I'll forgive him. It's quite nice. And then we've got Fran, who inexplicably is a very popular character. I'm not that big a fan. I'm not a fan of Fran. I don't know. I don't really get. Hey, look, it's Verde. You wanted more Arco Baleno? There's Verde, deep in the background. I don't know. For me, that's not a standard gacha. I get they definitely based it off the popularity polls, but for me, that's not a standard gacha. And then we have Zanzus, of course, who I have to go for, and I'm not gonna have any rubies left. And then Prince of Tennis is gonna come on. I'm gonna be so sad, but gotta do what you gotta do, you know. Gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah, the sprites are good. The sprite, you can't complain. They're so good. And even Mukuro, yeah, the sprite looks much better than the old one. I rate it. I don't know. Were there other characters we maybe could have seen? Maybe, I don't know. But I think this is pretty nice. I really would have loved... I'm just saying this, right? I'm just saying. I really would have loved to see... Say, for example, that Hibari we got. If Fon showed up in his win animation. And with Mukuro... Verde showed up in it. I know Verde does show up in Franz, but it's a bit different. He's dressed up like a, what is it, a strawberry? Yeah, and I mean, even with Xanxus, you could have Marmon floating there. Just to give you an idea, these are the bosses. They are representing the Arco Baleno. Well, show me the Arco Baleno. Come on. But yeah, it's one of the better formats. Free multi on the 3rd. And then 4th guaranteed 5-star, 5th guaranteed 5-star. The reason I say it's one of the better ones is because if you get a guaranteed 5-star on the 3rd multi, then you are spending 2,250 rubies to get there and get your first guaranteed 5-star, and you get 30 units. But if it's on this one, you spend 2,250 rubies to get your guaranteed 5-star, and you get 40 units. So you are increasing your chances of getting a 5-star outside of the guaranteed. And who knows? You might get lucky. Then we have stuff we have to talk about, but I don't really want to. Defeat Gacha. Don't pull on it. Returning Hero Gacha. To be honest, both the old versions of Suna have their uses. So if you're a big fan of Suna, and for some reason you don't want to pull on the new one, or you're really tempted by XX Burner or whatever... Actually, not bad, I suppose. It's not bad. 7th multi, guaranteed limited pickup unit, if you really want to go for it. And then we have Giotto coming back. I have issue every time they bring back a Muso, because you can't predict when it will happen. You might say, well, obviously they were bringing back Giotto. It's a Katekyo Hitman Reborn feature festival. But where was Hashirama Senju in the Naruto event? Didn't happen, and that's a bigger series. So the question remains, how am I supposed to predict this nonsense? I can't is the answer. And yeah, they don't give out enough rubies for this stuff. 32 multis. Are you stupid? If you're going to release a banner like this, you got to give some goodies. I'm sorry, you do. You just do. I know some people say, oh, it's a reprint. Oh, it's a whatever. It's like, no. If you're dropping a Muso gacha, I expect rubies in my hand. I know they've given out a few rubies this event, and that's nice. They got on trending from this event, I'd like to add. And they gave us I think they gave us like 500 rubies, which is nice. But again, 24,000 rubies. You've not even made a dent. You know, that's my feeling on that. I do have Giotto, and I'm very sad about how many rubies he cost me. And I wouldn't want anyone else to go through that. So... can't really recommend summoning on this, but that's just me. Then we have some kind of clickbait filler gacha. I don't know. These are not worth summoning on. I mean, I guess you could make an argument that on the 7th multi you're guaranteed a pretty decent unit, but I'm just not about it. And as always, if you have any of these units, don't put on this. Simple. Maybe do the 500 if you're feeling a little bit cheeky. But if you're thinking about going 7 multis and you've already got Goku, God will make sure that you get Goku. And you will feel so sad. So just don't do it. Just don't do it. Then we have the special ticket pack. Sadly, the daily pack that gave us the cheap guaranteed new hero, it doesn't exist anymore. They've retired it, which is a damn shame because it was by far the best pack. Then again, that's probably why they retired it. I don't really recommend buying this. It's too expensive. Then we have this one. Absolutely don't even think about buying this. These 10% tickets are stupid. It is a stupid con. An absolute mess. How can they get away with saying, oh, you got 2 10% tickets, a chance to get yourself... No. Absolute vile garbage. Do not buy this. It's insulting. It's insulting that they were like, yeah, people should spend their money on this. It's like, no. You got on trending. You're getting downloads from this event. You're making money from this event. Do better. Do better than this, because this is actually horrific practices. I'm sorry. If you bait any poor kids into buying... This is like on FIFA when they promote all these super special awesome packs, and these poor kids go and buy it, and then it's like, oh, I got like a... I just got some random rubbish unit. I didn't get any of the special units. Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. Because you know what these people are like. They are scammers, and this is a scam. Don't buy it. This one is for the whales. If you need rubies and you're a whale, that one's for you. This one is also for you if you're a whale. If you need rubies and you're a whale, this one's for you. This pack I can't recommend buying. I know it's a daily pack. It's not that expensive. You get 50 rubies and you get the Dying Will bullet. Maybe buy it once if you're really tempted and you want the Dying Will bullet as a cool little collectible. But bear in mind, if you're the kind of person that just clicks like autofill when you're powering up your characters, sometimes it'll just randomly use the items you have available to you. So if you're buying it for the collection, you might lose it for the collection as well. Then we have the guaranteed 5-star Reborn unit. Don't buy this. It has version 1 sooner on it. Don't buy this. And the Katekyo Hitman Reborn choice ticket, they're essentially alluding to the fact, look, they've got all the new ones on this one. They're like, yo, if you choose, you can choose one of the new ones. It's kind of cool, but again, I just absolutely cannot recommend this. Don't go for this. Then we have the double 6-star sale pack. I'm not particularly a fan of these, but it's only 980 yen, and you do get 2 potentially newer units. They're only advertising units from 2022 here, or is that right? I think all these units are from 2022. So I think you do get some good stuff from this, but I still don't really recommend it. Then we got this pack. Honestly, I don't think you should pay for choice tickets. It's not worth it. They give out plenty. I know sometimes they got updated pools and stuff, but you don't need it. I know when you're like new at the game, you'll probably think, oh, choice ticket, I can choose whoever I want, but they do give this stuff out. This is not some ultra hyper rare reward. This one is an ultra hyper rare reward, but it's quite expensive. But as far as rewards for spending that much money go, it's the best one, I think. It's the best one. 10,000 yen. And you get 3,000 rubies and 3 jewels. That's what you normally get for 10,000 yen. 3,000 rubies and 3 jewels. But because this is a 15-day pack, you have to wait 15 days to finish up all the rewards. In addition to 3,000 rubies and 3 jewels, you also get 8 stamina tankards, 3 ultimate scrolls, 30 limited grade limit break doors. By the way, for the record, I don't think any of those rewards are worth any monetary value. Do not spend money just to get any of those. But the limited choice ticket gives you a chance to choose a limited unit, and I think that potentially has some value depending on who you are and how much disposable income you have. But as far as if you're gonna spend 10,000 yen, well, you know what? If you're gonna spend 10,000 yen, why buy this? Why buy this for the exact same price when you can buy this? It's just better. It is just better. I know some people don't like waiting the 15 days, but patience. Patience. If you're going to get better rewards, just be patient. And I don't rate this one at all, to be honest. I don't rate this pack at all. Then we have the rank dash packs, which have been updated. I'm not going to go through this all because they update these semi-regularly. I don't know if it's yearly or bi-yearly. I'm not sure. But all they've really done is you can summon on them again. Like, there's no special like 2022 units hidden in there or anything like that. It's just you can buy them again, pretty much. It's got all the units from last year on it. Oh, I don't know about the limited, but yeah, I don't really buy these anymore. I don't see the point. But some people, this might be for you. This might well be for you. Then we have the reprints. Don't really need to go through all this, but as I mentioned before, make sure to capitalize on sooner. Also, these 2 stores worth mentioning. Make sure to clear Dino's daily stage each day, because it only costs like 3 stamina because it's half stam. And you can pick up the whips and then you can trade them in for rewards. This event doesn't have a daily stage, But at some point, you may feel the desire to go throw some stamina at it because it does have an event shop and there are some rewards there. So that's up to you. Is half stamina, by the way. And if you missed out on any of these, make sure to do them. Make sure to at least get the characters to max skill if you cannot get them to max luck. And then we move on to the leaks and the goodies. In the leaks and the goodies, we have Yugi's birthday. For Yugi's birthday, you will get a free multi on his gacha, and on the 9th multi, you will get either Exodia Yugi or Slifer Yugi or Osiris Yugi, whatever you want to call him. Which is very cool. It's very, very cool. And we will get a Yu-Gi-Oh! Gacha ticket. I didn't write that there because I forgot Yu-Gi-Oh! Gacha tickets exist, but you will get a Yu-Gi-Oh! Gacha ticket. On Toriko's birthday, we got 100 rubies, you know. I don't want a Yu-Gi-Oh! Gacha ticket. I want 100 rubies. But, you know, take whatever you can get, I suppose. And then we have Shirahoshi returning to help us on the Sparks of a Lost Civilization game mode, which will be getting a little bit of an update. And I do really want Shirahoshi, but it's just not the time. I'm not spending rubies. To be honest, I never summon on returning limiteds, except like a 500. I'll do a 500. But no, I'm not going to give her any rubies. I can't afford it right now. Then we have the Unity Battle Blue Party Strengthening Gacha, which is the first of its kind. Because it's a Unity Battle Gacha. It looks like, based on the banner design, it's intended to have a similar sort of format to the like Hero Plus limited gacha we get for, like, say for example, we got the Dr. Stone one when they added Byakuya, and it was like limited / hero, and there was Senku, and then there was like Kohaku and Gen on there. In this case, they featured some heroes that are very strong and going to be very useful for Unity Battle, and they're featured limiteds. But when I say they're going to be good for Unity Battle, realistically, what you've got on this banner is 2 of the best blue limiteds in the game, and 2 very, very good blue standard gacha units. So it's more a case of, this is just a crazy banner. It's up to you whether this is something you want to pull on, and we don't know all the steps and stuff just yet. But if you've got a lot of disposable income and you're like, I really want Momotaro or Boba Pachinesuke, I don't have either, my blue needs something, this could work for you. But we don't know all the details just yet. Then we have the Party Strengthening Gacha, which hasn't loaded. I don't know why. I don't remember what was on this, but it was garbage. Don't summon on it. We have the beginning of the month choice ticket, which my advice will always be, a choice ticket is not worth spending money on, so do not buy this. Then we have this pack. Now this pack is an actual crime. I'm sorry, the other one was dirty, shady gacha practices. This is scum. A second pack. We don't know if this is actually going to come out, or whether this is just something they're working with and they put it in the files and they might not release it. But the second pack, right? Now, with this pack and the other pack combined, you can buy the other pack 3 times and you get 2 tickets each time. With this pack, you can buy it twice and you get 1 ticket each time. You may notice that does not add up to 10. You only get 8 tickets total for buying all the packs out. They're not going to give you 10. They are not going to give you 10. You know why they're not going to give you 10? Because if somebody gets 10 and does a multi and doesn't get a single 5-star, they are going to be ranting and raving on Twitter. They're going to be going absolutely ham with their complaints and with their absolute disgust. And I know that's not how probability works. Just because you got 10 tickets and it's a 10% ticket doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get a 5-star. But listen, shush. Don't buy these packs, okay? These packs are scum. If they actually release this pack, I will be very disappointed. 1960 yen. You get 750 rubies and 10% chance at a new unit. Fuck off. That is outrageous. I'm actually like, you know, 10%, they make it seem like, 10%'s a lot. A gold ticket is 5%. Like, do you know how many gold tickets you can get? You can save up so many gold tickets. I know you're saying, oh, but this gives you, like, new heroes. But how many gold tickets have you summoned on and not got anything? 5% is not a lot. 10% is not a lot. They're scamming us. They're scamming us. And then we have a new type of limited choice ticket fragment. Now, I am in the pessimist section of the audience for this one, because I genuinely believe that the reason they will be introducing this is so that when they say for example, I think soon there's I don't know if it's soon. Has it already happened? I don't know. There's going to be a choice ticket pool update, right? And that is going to make it so that all of your old choice tickets and choice ticket fragments and all this stuff and all choice tickets available, you will be able to use those to choose a character not just from up to 2020, but now from up to the end of 2021. So you'll be able to choose characters from last year. For a lot of people, that means they're going to be able to max out their collection. And for everybody else, it just means they're going to be able to get some good units they don't have. And some people already finished their collections. They're going to be able to get some crazy dupes and some crazy good units. Now, we also have limited choice ticket fragments, which are slightly different to the standard choice ticket fragments in that when you get 10, instead of pulling a normal standard gacha unit, you can choose a limited standard gacha unit. Now, the devs have already found a solution for this. That's what I believe. And the solution for that is they're not going to update the pool for that. Instead, you get this new ticket. And it's going to be like, yo, this one's much better. So what happens to all the people that saved up the old one? I'm sorry, but you have to use the old one. And the old one has the old pool, but this is like the new one with the new pool, the premium pool. So I don't think they're actually ever going to update the limited choice ticket pool, except maybe like 2-3 years down the line when it doesn't matter anymore. And this is like the premium one. So I think I'll make the other one maybe just they're slightly more available than they used to, and then this one will be the premium one everyone's looking for. That's what I think. Could be wrong. I don't know. I mean, we shouldn't even be looking at this. This is secret files, you know, secret files. And then we have Joker from Ocean Engi, which pretty much everything I've written here is irrelevant because it has been revealed that Joker is the new Sparks of a Lost Civilization boss, so to replace Poseidon, which I don't know. I get the impression this might be bad for Fuki, considering he was added as a Muso before, and now the character that he countered has been added to the game, and he has not. And Joker has not been added as a Ashby class event or anything like that. It's its own Sparks character, so I don't know what their choice was for her, but she's here. She's here. And there are, like, as you saw before, there are like limited gacha and stuff. There is another one that I lost, but it's whatever. So she's here, and I don't know, the devs have they've been interesting. They've been interesting this year. I think we've kind of stabilized at the point of like 8 characters per event, which, you know, obviously I prefer more, but it's whatever. Sometimes you get more. If there's like in this case we got 9 because we got Joker, but she's not really part of the event. And then like some ensemble events, crossover events, you get more, which is cool. But yeah, some odd choices. I don't know. Like the fact that we got Yozen, and Yozen is a tower unit, and now we've got Joker as a Light of a Lost Civilization, Sparks of a Lost Civilization, whatever. And it does make you think, like, have we had like any actual legitimate Hoshin Engi events or gacha since the Putty feature, which was like 2 years ago or something? I don't think we have. Which is really weird. I don't know. But I mean, there you go. If you're a fan, I guess. Nice costume. Nice. It's a nice costume. And yeah, there's also a chat stand for Basil, which I have no idea how it's implemented. I couldn't find it anywhere in the news. But Basil will appear at some point. And there is also a free limited. I would explain the full like website campaign and stuff. It's kind of tedious, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I'll quickly go through it. There's just like a button you have to click on the website, and well, me just saying this out loud doesn't really help. Do me a favor, yeah? Go to the Jumputi. If you're watching this and you've got this far in the video and you are not in the Jumputi Heroes Discord linked in the description, do me a favor and go there. And if you're interested in getting your limited ticket, there is a link in the gift link section, and it just takes you straight there. It cuts out all of the website nonsense, and you can just get your reward. I know I like to do things prim and proper on the website and on Twitter and stuff, but it's tedious. It's just tedious. Just go click the link. Go click the link. And then finally, we have an update to the guild. And in the guild, you can now contribute up to 2 million coins instead of 1 million coins per day. And there is now a button you can click that just donates the maximum amount you're allowed to donate for that day in one click, which is outstanding. Outstanding. I do want more little quality of life updates like this. I know that it took them so long to get this one working, so expecting them to get all the other ones working is maybe asking a bit too much. But my issue is they keep introducing new stuff. They keep introducing new game modes and new... Well, I mean, not like too many. I'm quite happy with the pace. But my issue is the updates for the quality of life sometimes get left on the side. And I do fear we're sort of moving in the direction of OPTC, where everything becomes too bloated and everything's too slow and you're moving from screen to screen. Like, if I want to do something in the game, I should just go to that screen and do that thing. I shouldn't be messing about and waiting for loading and got to hold down buttons and stuff like. One of the smallest things I noticed was I had loads of leftover items in the Moonface store from the Buso Renkin event, and it was like 2,000 and something of them, and I was like, oh, you can exchange them for coins, I guess I'll just do that. And it only let me exchange like 100 at a time, and I had to exchange like 2,000. So I had to sit there and hold the button until it reached 100, and then click send, and then click OK, and then click on the item again, and then hold the button for another 100. I had to keep doing it. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't care. I don't need the coins. Go away. So more little updates, please. More little quality of life updates. People appreciate them. They really do. People really appreciate this update. And yeah, I don't normally big it up, but if you haven't checked out the Ko-fi, you can do so. I do post all the news links and stuff on there as well. I might occasionally post some I might start posting the pictures of our little mascot characters that you might find hidden away in the background. Our boy Meso. We might post Meso at some point on there as well, because I've got loads of versions of Meso that you might not have seen in the little videos. Might do that. But if you do want to support on Ko-fi, that really does actually help out. Obviously, with the server fees and stuff, obviously I'm sort of shouldering it myself, so any little helps. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be back with a couple more videos very soon, so I'll see you guys then.